So a couple of weeks back, I helped out on the booth of Leica during the Brussels Street Photography Festival, where I basically helped people discover the product portfolio of Leica. But I also went on a couple of workshops, a couple of photo walks, and this inspired me a bit to make this video, which is about keeping photography fresh, trying new ideas, new angles. So in today's video, I wanted to share 3 techniques on how I try to keep my photography refreshing, and hope it can inspire you too. So the first technique is about combining photos that on their own might not be super interesting, but if you combine them together, it creates a visual image. So as an inspiration for that, there are 2 photographers that I follow on Instagram. The first one is a combo photo who does some super cool montages or combinations of photographs that are super interesting to look at. And the second one is Joachim Muller, who does a lot of things in black and white, which interests me a lot. And he creates some stunning visuals by combining or blending multiple images into one, creating these ethereal images that are truly marvelous to look at. So that's basically what I did during one of the workshops during the Brussels Street Photography Festival. We were at a square and we got the assignment to make an image within 10 minutes. Street photography isn't really my forte, so I decided to take a couple of images, really focus on geometric shapes, large white or large black objects in my frame, and I tried to combine them afterwards by just mix and matching the pictures together. Look at it a bit like organizing tiles, and this is basically what I came up with. Each photograph on its own, not super visually pleasing, but if you combine them together, in my opinion, it creates something a little bit more interesting to look at and to experiment with your own photography. Technique number 2 is ask someone to model for you, take them out on the streets and start looking for some interesting light. During another workshop that I attended on the festival itself, there was a photographer from Paris called Steve Ney. He who brought along a male model that everybody from the workshop could experiment with, ask him to pose in various lighting settings, in various locations, and try to get the most out of it. I got a couple of pictures that I like, where the model was sitting in an archway and having some side light on their face, creating this high contrast image that I really like. And the other one was a bit of reflections by shooting through glass and getting a portrait that's a little bit more visually pleasing. But main idea here is to take someone out with you, and instead of looking for certain moments in the streets, try to take a beautiful picture of someone you know, or someone who's willing to model for you. It will help you train your eye, and you might make someone happy by giving them a couple of cool portraits that they can use for their own socials or for their own enjoyment nonetheless. So definitely something to try out as well. And the third and final technique, do the opposite. Typically, for example, if you do a landscape shot, you try to go f8, f11, try to get everything sharp. Focus needs to be on point, but sometimes that might not yield the most interesting or visually appealing result. Take, for example, this shot that I took while walking back from the festival towards the car. I had this higher vantage point, and there was some beautiful light falling on a square. A woman, darkly clothed, on a white background with her dog, walking across the square. Typically, I would shoot this as sharp as possible. In this case, I think it was even human error. The picture that I ended up with was defocused, creating this more painterly look. But in the end, I liked it a lot more than a sharp image, because it gives a bit of an atypical look, and I think is quite visually pleasing, especially in combination with the light and the contrast on the image itself. So sometimes go against the grain and do the opposite of what you would normally do, and you might end up with a visually pleasing image as a result. So this was it for this short video. Hope you got something out of it. And without further ado, go take some pictures, explore, and see you in the next one.